Alright, before I even dive into this video, I just want to insert this here because I thought about how let down I was. And I remember I had 99 subscribers this day. And Upchurch posted this on his Instagram. It says, I don't know you are. I don't know who you are, but I love you. And you're a brother to me. And you always will be. And I will never let you down as long as I live. That's not a promise. That's just what it is. I'd hate to inform you, brother, I'm pretty let down. Just because, like I say, at this point in time, I had 99 subscribers. You put me on your Instagram, got me my first 2K on a video, and got me 26 subscribers on one video. Keeping in this mind, I was new. This is, I think, 3 years ago. Like, I don't even know if I've been doing this a month or two, really. But I had 99 subscribers. So I am thankful that you did this. But I'm not like the other reactors, brother. See, you do this for other people. And, you know, if there's a disagreement going on online, other reactors are going to stay out of it because you scratched their back. And they're hoping if they don't say nothing negative, you'll scratch their back again. But if it looks like a duck, quacks like a duck, it's probably a duck. And I'm going to call it a duck. I just wanted to say that I am grateful. But I'm not going to run around just trying to get another back scratch, you know? And I just thought about when you did this. This was like one of the biggest moments at the start of my YouTube thing. And then I went back and read it when I thought about it earlier. And I just thought how he basically beyond promised not to let me down. You know how many people are let down, including me right now? Alright guys, I had no intention of doing this video, but my last video, the exposing Operation Upchurch, in the past 3 or 4 hours, it hit something in the algorithm and it shot up. And I got comments flowing in, and I just really kind of want to go through them. People were saying their experiences, what they seen, what they know, and I just wanted to give my feedback and comment on them. But I guess it was because Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. I mean, the video had like 25 views. But all of a sudden, since 8 o'clock tonight, as of Christmas Day, it started skyrocketing. Because as you can see here, it's got 59 views. That's what y'all see. It's got 90. And you see, this is 8 o'clock. But I've had 18 comments flow in on this one. And I just really wanted to jump in, touch on them, read people's experiences and their take on stuff that I commented on, what they had questions about, you know. But I'm also going to tell you, Creek Squad, I don't know what they doing, but all these right here, they are all people agreeing with me. There ain't a single creeker in here. Does that tell you what's happening? I told you they were falling off because that raft going down the creek got a hole. And they are just jumping off as fast as they can. But we're going to take the day. And we're going to go through all these comments right here that I've got in the past hour. Like I said, I don't know what's happening. Something spiked people's interest. Something threw this out there in the algorithm. People were commenting, liking. And I just wanted to, you know, read through these. Alright guys, let's start with this comment right here. Because I just read this one and I loved it. If everyone is making all this money off rapping, then why are we worried about 400 bones? Because Upchurch is a petty kid. Like, if you knew the tax bracket that these guys are supposed to be playing in, and like, I'm pretty sure Leroy's supposedly more of Upchurch's home dog. That's why he decided to use the $400 that Leroy was supposedly owed by Just in Time for Redneck Rave. But Just in Time showed the receipts that I just showed you in the video. proving that Leroy assumed he was making $400. He was never told he was making $400. But you see how petty church is? He brings up $400 that ain't even owed to him. And he ain't even got his information. And this one right here, this is the one I saw. And it was like, I want to record a video and I want to talk. Because I talked on this in that last video. But the thing was 45 minutes. I don't expect people to get to like almost the halfway point where I talk about this. So I wanted a smaller version with me talking about this. But is Ryan Upchurch trying to start a riot between fans? Ryan had the nerve in the last video to at least 3 times I say stop, talk about how Adam says screw Creek Squad, but Adam won't talking about me. He was talking about y'all. When you think of Creek Squad, what do you think of? When somebody walks up to you and says Creek Squad, what do you see? What image? You see church. You don't see individual faces. You know, you don't see individual people, but he's trying to enrage all these people that Adam's never seen. Adam don't have a clue who they are. He couldn't even imagine their face if he wanted to. But they're the ones that Adam and all these other people are saying screw Creek Squad. They're talking about the fans. You don't do that. That's how January 6th happened. I mean, this wouldn't be as big a scale, but it's just as simple as a creaker with some loose screws going on that he got the impression because of parasocial relationships that church is his home dude, because he may have commented and talked back and forth with him twice. And now this is his ride or die because Upchurch talked to him twice. He knows him personally. So this guy could buy a ticket to an Adam show and handle it himself because Upchurch told him that Adam hated him. He was the specific one Adam was targeting when he said screw Creek Squad. You don't do that. Celebrities, they got cult followings. There are you see the creekers in the comments defending him when there's nothing to defend. This part right here, him telling his fans that they are the ones that the artists are targeting. Like, think about how serious of a problem that is. And anybody who ain't flipping out on him for doing this is one of those with the loose screws that are going to be the one to cause problems. So if you're watching this and you want to argue with me, get in here. Come on. Come on. Because there is no way you can defend that. I don't care. There is no way that you can defend seeking your fans on somebody when you got millions of them. You can't do that. And anybody who agrees with him. Like, I can see you arguing with anything else I have ever pointed out about church. But if you can stand behind him seeking the fans on an individual when there's millions, let that sink in. But let's move on. I rambled this comment enough, but this one set me off. Because it set me off when I was recording it, when I heard him do it. Like, I ain't never got so mad in the middle of recording a video. And this one right here, same person. Why is he always having to explain himself? You know how many videos he starts with, I know my fans are asking why I have to explain, or telling me I don't have to explain myself. But I'm going to do it because I want to. He's done that in quite a few videos. How often do you usually have to explain yourself when you're right? When you know you're right? You only have to explain yourself when you look wrong. But when you have to do it numerous times on numerous different subjects you have to explain yourself, you're just twisting it the way you want them to see it. That's the only reason you explain yourself. You're twisting it because they see it in another light. So they see it in the right way, but you're going to try spinning it and explaining it so it benefits you. You know, but I just read what I highlighted, but they just said it because he even knows he is full of this chocolate ice cream emoji. What I just said, he knows it. Why does he always have to try so hard to tear everyone else down? Exactly. There's no need in saying their names. When he come after Tom, he just got on a video and mentioned his name and how he didn't like him. Have you ever heard Upchurch come out of Tom's mouth? No. Why does Upchurch have to mention everybody else? There's no need. If he don't like them, just ignore him. But he's got to cause drama. He's got to stir the pot. He's got to get attention. He's got to have that attention. Upchurch loves that attention. How many times has he done a feature and didn't get paid from the sales of a track? Never. Why does he act as if he is a 5-year-old out here slandering other artists? Didn't I just say he was a little kid? I think 2 comments ago, I think I said he was a petty kid. I'm just so glad everybody's starting to see what I see. Because he has the mindset of a 5-year-old. He does. He's just a bully. And he's a kid. But he tries saying how mature he is, how much more evolved than he is. But who does that? Don't a little 13-year-old always run around telling you how they're an adult? But, they're only 1 year from being a kid. They're 5 years from being an adult. So they're still more on the kid spectrum, And that is exactly what he is. That's how he acts. And I'm sorry, I kind of feel like it's because he got fame so young. And it's sad. But fame really messes with your mind, especially when you get it too young. And that's what happened to Church. Because he was such a good guy. But then he started getting paranoid and he started getting worried. And the fame, and this is how I see it. The more famous you get, the more things you got to look out for. So I understand why he's paranoid. It makes sense. When you got, millions of fans, you also probably got a million people that hate you, So I understand why it messes up their mind. It's just sad that it does. And while I was editing the video, I realized that I highlighted this one and I got sidetracked and never mentioned it, but I want to talk on this one because this is facts. Because I keep a track on the charts and the numbers and subscribers and all that stuff. But the more he talks, the more his numbers drop. And that is so true. Because people are starting to see him for who he is. But how many artists do you honestly see for who they are? You know them for their music. The Lax. Have you ever seen them talk on camera? And how long they've been doing this? They are known for his music. Upchurch needs to zip it. If he can't get better mentally, just hide it and be quiet. Stop digging yourself in a hole, thinking you're going to eventually, I reckon, pop out in China on the other side and you're finally going to get out. Because he just needs to shut up and do music. If he would just go back to music and stop the drama, I think it would help his money situation and his numbers, and he might get back on track. But he's got to stop stirring the pot and causing problems for everybody else. 2025 is a new year, and no one will even mention his name in 2025. They will. But it's only because he's going to be ragging other people that people care about. And that's where they're going to hear him from. That's why he does it. Because I don't listen to him. But I watch other people that I like stuff, and then I see where he started the pot with them. And that's how I end up talking about church. But it's cause he just dogs himself, though. He digs himself a hole. He's a lost cause because he chooses to be a lost cause. I've said numerous times in videos, I want him to get mental help. He needs help. I don't want to go saying he's got a drug problem, but I'm pretty sure he's got a drug problem. But I'm not going to say I know 100%, but he needs help. And I would love him just to back down, get help, apologize, instead of make an apology video, instead of making all these explanation videos. You know, grow some empathy. You know, learn to apologize when you're wrong, because he's wrong. He just don't know how to admit he's wrong. This is what fame does to those that can't handle it. And I just said this, up here? I said it messes up your mind when you get it too young. I'm just blowing my mind because, like I say, I'm just reading them as a highlight them. I just saw that one comment, this one right here, and that's why I decided to do this video. And I've done said 3 things they said a couple sentences before they said it, because everybody's starting to see it. They see it now. It just took a while. Just Trey will be his next victim. I doubt it, and I'll tell you why. Because I have talked to Just Trey in the comments quite a few times. And, you know, he'll rag me. We go back and forth. You know, he's definitely on Church's side, and I'm always against him. So, you know, we kind of we got a little ugly in the comments before with each other. But right now, Just Trey is living life in Upchurch's shadow. And it's hindering him. Because Just Trey is good. But when Upchurch started the stuff with Tom, I don't think he really made a single diss track towards him. He might have did. It's been a while ago. But I know Just Trey dropped 3 against Tom. It was Upchurch that started it. And then Just Trey drops 3 diss tracks within 3 or 4 days against Tom. Of course, Tom's smart, not a child, and just ignored it and didn't respond. Same thing happened with Jam Wayne. When Jam Wayne dropped the diss track, was it Rap Chess? A month ago? The next day, Just Trey dropped, what was it? Checkmate. I ain't even listened to that. I need to do that. I'm going to check it out eventually. I still ain't listened to it, but I've had people tell me about it in the comments, and I just know by the name if it's Rap Chess, Checkmate. It's the response. But he's always hanging out in Upchurch's shadow, and people are falling off with Upchurch. So like I say, that's hindering him. And I've told him this. In the comments. He is a great rapper. He is great lyrically. But Upchurch is holding him down. And he needs to see Upchurch for who he is. Stop following his shadow. Back off and be his own person. Because he fights all Church's battles for him. He's always right there in Church's corner. And that's hindering him. Because people are falling off at Upchurch. If he would, step out that shadow, he'd be a lot more successful. Same person again. Artists ask $3,500 to be on a track because they are broke. It was only a month ago Ryan Upchurch said he wouldn't do a track with nobody that couldn't pay $500K. I guess that would make Ryan Upchurch bankrupt. And I did see this one when they did it, because I responded. I asked if they could provide me with it, the link to it, because I want to see that. Because that just, Church better start moonwalking and backtracking if I find that. He says he wouldn't do a feature if somebody didn't pay $500K. I want this video. Because he flipped out on Jam Wayne for charging $3,500. And Jam Wayne's good. Jam Wayne's up and coming. He is climbing and climbing fast. Upchurch says he sucks. But he ain't even mentioned nothing again on the diss track that was put out against him. And it's been a month. Now, when I put the other video out, he had commented on it 2 days before. He waited over 30 days since this rap come out to comment. And he knew about it. Because I told you that Just Trey responded the next day. And if Just Trey responded, I promise you Upchurch knew about it. But he's going to play it like he is so busy and make people think that he's got so much going on because he's so big that he will sit back and wait 30 days to give a reply. Because everybody else knows better. Everybody else knows he waited that long on purpose to make it look like he was that popular, that famous, that busy. But the Creekers, the one that church can do no wrong for, really think he's that busy. But yeah, this right here, I really wanted to try finding that. And I might try finding it after I finish recording this. Jelly has over 18.3 million monthly listeners on Spotify. Upchurch has 113 million. I don't know what he means by their numbers are falling off. I know exactly what he's talking about or why he says that. Because, once again, us, people who aren't ride or die Upchurch, we see it. We will go investigate because we don't believe what he says. I will go pull up, like, I go to the YouTube, type in the username, find the video, or, check their subscriber counts, check their views this month and all that stuff. However, that's the people like me, the people who see for what it is. Now, the other people, the Creekers, they ain't gonna look it up. Church tells them it, and they believe it, and he's right. And they will go around the whole next day repeating what church told them without ever doing any homework. And church knows this, and that is why he does this. Because his followers are going to take him at his word, even though his word ain't worth 2 cents. And that's been proved quite a few times. There has been receipts at least 3 times that I know. I mean, there's been small receipts, but I'm talking about hardcore, like we know Upchurch was lying at least 3 times. And there are still people who see that and still think he can't do no wrong. They still think he ain't never told a lie in his life. And that's what hurts my brain. That stuff hurts my brain. I'm like, how are you this stubborn? Upchurch knows if he can control the pulse of the fans, he can control the money and who gets put on next. Dude is a control freak. Why you think he's been into it with 30 different people, including his own Patty, his own mother Patty? Right there. Upchurch knows he controls the pulse on his fans, the Creekers. He knows they ain't going to check his work. They're going to take him at his word. And church does no wrong. That's all it is. They have decided they were going to ride with this guy no matter where he goes. Whether he goes up, down, hell, heaven, they are on the bus and they are going with him. I guess after you done got your scam off and made over $10 million, you don't need money no more. But everyone else is just money hungry. Exactly. See, and I don't even know if church has got this money anymore like he did. He might. I don't know. He might have blown through it. By now. I don't know. But I know church made his bread back in the day. He was set for life if he could manage money, if he knew what he was doing with it. But he don't want these other people, the newcomers, the ones that ain't made theirs, the ones that are still making theirs. He don't want them to make it. He wants them out of the equation because it should just be him. My question is, if Leroy is hurting and Upchurch is his big balling homie, then why are we nitpicking over $400? That's the same person, like same thing the other person said about picking on or worrying about 400 bones. Like I said, do you know how stupid that is with these tax brackets you are working with? Do you have any idea how insignificant $400 is if they can manage money? And if they can't manage money, then they just don't deserve it. Like, I mean, people win the lottery and then end up homeless. And I'm sorry, if you do that, that's on you. You had your opportunity and you blew it. And if these people were in that tax bracket and knew how to manage money, do you think this right here would matter? I mean, to most of us, it probably would. Like, I'd be excited. I have $400 in my bank account. I'd have a panic attack. Like, I'd be like, oh God, like they made a mistake. I'm gonna get arrested. They put this money in there. I'm gonna get blamed for it. I should not have, like that's how I'd freak out over $400. Do you think Upchurch or Leroy or any of them would notice if $400 just showed up in their bank account? They wouldn't even notice. $400. Hold on. You remember when Church's mom bought all these houses? She spent, I don't remember, I know it was at least a couple million on houses. How long did it take Church to realize that she spent a couple $1 million on houses? It won't right away. It was a significant amount of time afterward. So why does $400 matter? If a couple $1 million go missing and you don't even know. You don't even know. Why are you going to be so petty as to talk about $400? Upchurch is too broke to help his own homie out, or he would rather have something petty to bitch about. Just give Leroy a few dollars and move on. It's not your business to tell or be in, right? And that's what I said earlier. I said he was so petty that he threw Leroy's business out there, and just in time didn't even owe Leroy $400. He just assumed he did. And I just want to give you my point of view. Like, I was just sitting here thinking after recording the other video while editing, and I was just kind of wondering, do y'all ever wonder, like, if Church gets so mad at these other artists that kind of went on their own, that were with him to start with, kind of like Adam was, you know, Adam kind of started with Church. You remember how things blew up when Chase Matthews left. You ever think, because Church says, like, he wants there to be artists better than him. It don't look that way, but if you think about it, like, him and Chase Matthews were like best friends, but then Chase went and did what he did. But that was his business. He thought it was the right decision for him. You ever think Church gets mad because he don't mind being replaced in the future, but he wants to be the one to find the replacement? He wants to be the one to train them, you know, because he said he wants to sit down and teach people how to play guitar and instruments and sing and vocals. You ever think, like I said, he says he wants there to be people better than him. He wants people to surpass him. But I think he wants to be the one to hand the torch off so he still gets credit for it. You know, he wants to be the one to have signed the person in a way. You know, so his name's still associated. So they still think of him when they hear this other person. I think he's scared to, or afraid of handing the torch off to somebody who has no association with him. I mean, he ain't got no choice. The torch is gone. It's going. It's going if it ain't already gone. But in his mind, he is holding on to this thing for dear life until he finds his prodigy and hands it to them. But that's just my 2 cents. It took me quite a while to edit that last video, and I was just sitting here kind of thinking about that, and that's just kind of where I stand. Kind of if I'm wondering what's going on. He wants to be the one to pass the torch off, because there's been couple people, you know, he got with and then they left. And he always gets so mad. And I mean, anybody would. But he also gets mad at anybody who's not really associated with him anymore. But that's just my 2 cents. That's just free thinking, you know. I don't know how many people do that anymore. Anyway, guys, that's going to be it for this one. See y'all later.